1 2 1 2. I think this is working. I'm not positive though. Are we live or are we not? Unmute. Oh, wait a minute. Why does this say? This says that I'm on private. Save. How do we? One, two, two. Just having a quick look here to see if this is actually working. I'm not actually sure if this. I think we're actually on, but I can't tell for sure. Everything seems to be right. Um, yeah, I'm not sure if it's working or not. I mean, I can see that I'm getting volume here. I'm not sure why the chat isn't working. Maybe I should just take that off. Let's remove that. Right, okay, let's see now. Yeah, let's see if I can move that over. I think that should be right. Thrash Metal Man. Oh yeah, okay, here we go. I think actually this is actually might be working. How you doing, guy? I think we're actually on. This is only the second time I've ever tried to do this, so I'm not really sure if it's working or not. Yeah, yep. Well, it's funny. The news here hasn't changed. I'm in Ireland. The news hasn't changed here one iota in what 24 hours at least. Thrash Metal Man, where are you? the States, or where are you in the world? Ah, in Portland. Ah, very good. It's been a long time since I've been in Portland. I was there years and years ago. I was on tour with Kiss, of all things, all crazy things. When I was, I guess I was 15 years old, and I was selling T-shirts and postcards and glow-in-the-dark necklaces and crazy stuff like that. But that was the last time I was actually in Portland, a long time ago. Oh no, actually, I went through Portland when I was touring. Hi, Revu. When I was touring with Boot Sauce, we actually went through there, I guess, in maybe 1990 or something like that. Oh, from India. Fantastic. It must be getting late over there. It's 10 to 10 here in Ireland. So yeah, it must be getting late in India. How you doing anyway? Good to see you. This is so much fun. As I said, this is only the second time I've ever done it. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm having fun with the music and videos. It's really a good time. Because I obviously we're all stuck here, locked down, and can't go out, can't do anything. So I figured I might as well, you know, to do as much as I can. 3 a.m. Oh my goodness, it's late. It's funny these days. I don't actually I don't stay up late anymore. It's because I haven't been working at night at all. I've been getting up during the day, which is really weird. There's my brother. My brother is actually texting me now. Yeah, and who is that? Just saw another one come in. Oh, are you going to another lockdown in Portland? Yeah, it's a real drag, man. I mean, at least here, I mean, I have my little studio and I can, do stuff, and it's kind of fun. But um, I can imagine how if you didn't have, like I have my wife with me as well. So if I didn't have someone else and I was on my own, it would be really really hard to get through this stuff. I know my brother has been on his own for 8 months now in Dublin, and it's not great. Miriam, how are you? Wow, fantastic! Good to see you, Miriam. Let me just tell my brother that I'm live. See if we can get him in here. Wow. So you've been building a guitar. Wow, that's interesting. I'm actually waiting on a guitar that's meant to be coming in to me from China, but I don't know when or when it's going to arrive here. Jelly Duck, how are you? So what is? Tell me more about this guitar. That sounds interesting. Yeah, I can sort of show you. I mean, there's not really much to show. Here, I'll move it here. Hang on. And there's obviously quite a delay too, so I don't know if I can. So from here, I've got my keyboard down there. Can you see that? And then my screen up this way, and the guitars and the lights up above. I don't know if you can see it. It's really hard to do because the delay is so crazy. But anyway, that's kind of it. It's really just a small little room that I'm sitting in part of the kitchen, really. All right, can you see me again? Whoop, let me move that. Daniel, how are you, man? All the way from California. Boy, I wish I was in California now. Man, that would be great. I'm just trying to get this thing I'm really not great at this stuff. I'm only, as I said, it's only the second time. So, okay, let's see here now. Have I missed anything? An Explorer copy that a dude started building but couldn't finish and bought it off him. Oh, wow, fantastic. Wow. I'm assuming you mean 3-piece neck, not 13-piece, right? Walnut top, limbo body. All right, okay, fantastic. Yeah, Daniel, man, it's so great. I mean, I get to see your face quite a bit on the YouTubes, and I love watching all the videos. It's fantastic and great to see everybody that I don't get a chance to see here because we're literally sitting here on our own. Yeah, I mean, review. I think I have a studio tour on somewhere on the channel. I'm pretty sure there's a video that I did of it. Broke Necks, how are you, man? Good to see you. Yeah, this is so much fun. I love this. I love this, and of course, Daniel. We haven't seen each other well since what was it? October. Was it October or November of last year when I was in California? That was absolutely fantastic to meet people there. We were there for Vid Summit. Myself and Emma were there for Vid Summit, and it was a great time. And of course, the weather was nice. Yeah, I've been trying my damnedest to keep up with stuff, and I've been putting out these things recently called what are they? Shorts, these YouTube shorts are kind of they're meant to be like sort of upright instead of like the regular thing, So it's kind of weird. I don't know. It seems to be okay. Um, I don't know if it's helping with the channel or if people like them or not. It's hard to tell. But it's the new thing, so I'm trying it out. Yeah, a year ago, man, that's crazy. Yeah, man, I would really love to be. Whoop, have I stopped? Uh-oh, I'm just thinking, am I frozen here? I was just gonna say, yeah, broke necks. You're right. I think they are trying to compete with TikTok. But I mean, I tried to put a couple of TikToks up as well. But I mean, I think, I think I'm a little bit maybe on the old side to be doing the TikTok stuff. Although I do it just for the crack. It's good fun. I'm glad this is working though. This is great fun. Chat rate. I don't know. I don't even understand how any of this stuff works. All I know is that I'm actually on somehow, and there's a delay. I'd say of about maybe 20 seconds or so. So it's kind of hard to tell what's going on. Not cool enough for TikTok. Well, I mean, I've been watching it, and it seems like most of the TikTok stuff seems to be stuff where where people are getting hurt or pimple popping or girls dancing. Ah, Ian, how are you, man? Absolutely. The day the earth stood still. Do you remember when that band Klaatu was around? The people thought they were the second coming of the Beatles. That was at some point. TikTok got banned in India. Well, I mean, they were meant to be banning it in the States as well. I mean, I don't see any reason to ban it, but it's not. I don't think it's really for me. I guess maybe I'm just old. Although I tell you, once I start watching it, it's hard to stop. It's crazy, isn't it? So Ian, 1962 here is an old friend of mine. We lived in Paris together years and years ago. Sam Hyde. Who's Sam Hyde? Hi, Prometheus, by the way. Sam Hyde. I don't know who Sam Hyde is. Well, I'd have to check that out. Who is Sam Hyde? That's funny. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So sure, old version of Sam Hyde. I'll take that. Comedian. All right. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, as I was saying, my friend Ian here, Ian, 1962. We lived in Paris together many, many years ago. He had a company and actually gave me a job as a scooter courier in Paris. So the company was called Reels on Wheels, and I would he was he was the boss, and he kept me to drive around on a scooter in Paris to deliver English language videos to rich people, basically. Yeah. So what? You're in the middle, broke necks. You're in the middle. You're in the middle of work. Yeah. Okay, and Reva, you're saying you miss the '90s and hate this hip hop pop culture. Yeah, like I think I think I like all kinds of music. I think anything that's got a certain amount of heart and whatnot, uh, I still enjoy it. But I mean, the days of Guns N' Roses and Iron Maiden, Metallica, holy smoke! Can you imagine? Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's really any guitar rock going on really this time. What a fool I was! What do you mean, Ian? Man, that was one of my favorite times of my life. Man, living in Paris was absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Loved that. And as far as the concerts go, I mean, there's not really Def Leppard on a scooter. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I forgot that. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they were there recording. I don't know what album that was now, but I remember they had that little apartment and they were all hanging out there. The guys from Def Leppard were talking about myself and Ian here now. Um, and I can't remember the guy who died, the guitar player that died. I used to give him a ride home on my scooter from their flat. Wow, yeah, I totally forgot about that. What an amazing thing that was. Anyway, the other thing about the music, as I was sort of talking about before, is there are no concerts now. There's nothing going on. I mean, the it's really Steve Clark. Yes, it's really difficult to know what to do anymore. I haven't worked since March. I mean, the 12th of March. So I mean, the government has been giving us a small bit of money, but it's really just enough to basically keep from completely going broke. But yeah, it's a funny thing not being able to play. But I think, and there was a question there about what my niche is, Prometheus. Yeah, I was sort of what I wanted it to be was kind of travel and music, and a combination of the two. But obviously, we're not traveling very much, and I think basically what's happened now is that people sort of like the travel stuff, and the music stuff has kind of lost um, some of its edge for me, because it's kind of I feel like most of the people that watch me don't. Walshy, how are you, man? Fantastic. I kind of feel like the music thing it's great for me, but it's not so great for the people watching. I think so. I'm not really sure how to go with that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Trying to find music on the internet is difficult too. I mean, I've come across a few things recently. There's this guy called John Mayer, not Mayer, John Mayer, who's just recently had a sound of his one of his sample sounds that he's done was taken on by Spitfire Audio. Gina, how are you, babe? So this guy he made a sound at his house, did a sample sound, and it created this thing. And the guys from Spitfire Audio took him on, and he's a fantastic filmmaker, and the music is great. His album is fantastic, and he's just a lovely guy. And I've been really enjoying listening to his stuff. So it's sort of travel and music as well. But anyway, but Gina Walters now, how are you, girl? I was just talking to Daniel. Daniel was on a second ago. I'm not sure if he's still here. But myself, Gina, and Daniel were all together at Vid Summit last year as well. Good morning, Gina. Yeah, it's 10, 5, half, 5 past 10 here. I wonder what time it is where you are. Let's see now. Melbourne, it's 9 in the morning. Caveman 81, everything's good. Great, great to see you. So, Gina, you filming today? Saturday, yeah, of course. I just saw something out the side of my eye here because I've got a door that goes to the outside here. Yeah, Daniel was on for a second or two. I'm not sure where he is, or but I guess he's gone. You're in Kuwait, Jelly Duck. That's amazing. Sorry, I'm my phone keeps making noise here. Coffee shops open 24 hours a day. Well, that's good, but you see, we can't even go to a coffee shop here. No filming today. Whoop, Bernice Greenwich. There's my mum. And Walter is my uncle, so Walter says hi. Say hi to Walter. Oh, you think Daniel's trying to upload a video? Yeah, fantastic. Review, no. Um, the curtains are not acoustic curtains. They're from IKEA. And what I did is I kind of made three walls around me. What it does is it actually helps with the first reflections, but it doesn't stop any of the base or the bottom end going through. So it's not great, but it does work a small bit, and also just keeps me like I feel like I'm separated now in my little studio. Yeah, and back in lockdown. We're back in lockdown until December at least, and probably going to be through Christmas and probably longer is what it's looking like at the moment. Yeah, my band in Boot Sauce. There are there's a few of the albums are available on Spotify and iTunes Music. As far as I know, the one that's missing is Sleeping Booty, and all the rest are available at the moment. Ah, there's my brother too. So, my brother and my mother. Fantastic. Um, so yeah, if you're looking for the albums, the band is called Boot Sauce, and it's definitely some of the albums are available on Spotify and also iTunes Music. Yeah, Revu, it's total lockdown here again. I mean, we're allowed to go out to like the shops, for instance. If we want to buy food, we're allowed to do that. But in terms of going for exercise or anything, we're allowed to. It was a good band back in the day. Um, uh, as far as exercise, we're only allowed to go 5 kilometers from the house, so there's not really any walks to do around here. There's one that's kind of within the 5 kilometer thing, but it's right along the highway, so it's kind of dangerous. So I don't really like. Well, yeah, it's a little bit. I don't know, it's a bit weird because you're actually literally walking along the side of the highway. Yeah, so my brother's in Dublin. Well, Ian, you know that. My brother's in Dublin. I'm in Kinsale, which is right at the very bottom of Ireland. So right at like basically the south coast. Hey Joe, hey man, how you doing? Fantastic, great to see you. Wow, I'm so amazed. Fantastic. Joe was one of the best filmmakers around, bar none. I love this guy so much. I can't wait for the day that we're able to travel again. And when I get to Toronto, the first thing I'm going to do is go see Ajo and give him a big hug and have a beer with him. And I haven't had a beer in over a year. Yeah, and my mom's in Montreal as well. Yeah. So you went camping and got a £100 fine for camping? Really? Yeah, Joe, we're trying to get everyone in here. Yeah, actually, the thing is that I can't even get to the beach from here technically, because the beach is 12 kilometers away. So I'm not really supposed to go. Although I have been maybe once or twice quickly, you know. Yeah, Joe, we'll have to do that. And like I said, I haven't had a drink in well, actually, the last drink I had was with Gina Walters. That was the very last time I had a drink was with Gina. So well, that would be good. Hey, Tomas, how are you? Yeah, it's so much fun to see all these people here. A lot of people. Buy a box of masks, print out an invoice, and drive about. Yeah. Well, the thing is, I mean, I'm not really looking to get the thing either. You know, I mean, it would be pretty. I mean, quite a few people we know have had it, and no one here has had the really bad strain that I know of. Although that being said, the first guy that got it died. He was the owner of one of the bars here in Kinsale. Um, but the people that we've known since then have recovered, but they were knocked out for 2 3 weeks easily. So I'm not sure I really want to have that happen to me. I haven't had a drink since noon. Fantastic. Hey, well, there was a day that I wouldn't even be up at noon. Forget about having a drink. Oh yes, here's John Allen. John Allen, good to see you, bro. He technically didn't die of COVID. Well, he's still dead. You know, you can argue all you want. You can count. You can count. uh, it's like your man trying to get rid of him. It's amazing, isn't it? I've been watching the news on and off like for about 30 seconds each time, and it hasn't changed an iota since yesterday. I think at this point. Oh, Miriam, yeah, yes. Well, there's a lot of musicians have died from it as well. Manu Dibango and a couple of others uh, in New York as well as the healthcare workers there. But right on the front lines, man, it's got to be terrible. And especially, I mean, it seems to be getting worse in the states as well. I mean, I I'm assuming that's because you're not locked down, or parts of the states aren't locked down. I mean, there was yeah. How could I forget Van Halen? Well, he didn't die of COVID. Um, but what was I going to say? The yeah. Sorry. The this I've got this delay thing happening, so it's kind of weird. But anyway, yes, I absolutely Van Halen. Of course, I mean that. I mean, I remember the first time I saw him was in 1977 in L.A. Um, I was on tour with the guys from Kiss, as I had mentioned earlier. But and the bass player from Kiss was sort of trying to help Van Halen get a record contract at that point. And in fact, I think he did get them the record contract initially. So in Toronto, you'll be able to go into bars and restaurants starting tomorrow. Well, that'll be all right. What we've been doing here is when it wasn't on full lockdown, we were able to go get takeaway and stuff like that. All right, lots of people are just hard headed, treating COVID like it's not real. Yeah, well, yeah, it's really a difficult one, because like nobody really knows if it's real. But the thing is that there are people dying, and why would anyone take the chance of making someone sick? I just don't understand why you would even you know take the chance of doing that. Unlike John Allen, who likes who likes to take away. You can still get takeaway here. Yes, yes, yes. That's true. Hey, Miriam, I forgot to. Did you ever get that T-shirt, by the way? I mean, I never did get a message saying whether or not you got it back or whether you got it or not. That was ages ago. So the other thing I was thinking about is I'm going to do. I think my next video I'm going to do on the new songs that I'm working on with Johnny. We did it. We've done a couple already. I think we've had done three so far, but there's a couple that we're working on right at the moment, and I'd like to be able to. Oh, great! Oh, great! I'm glad you got it. I'm glad you got it. Fantastic. How do I jump out of the sky? Well, I sure I live up there. That's fantastic. Yeah, well, it's one of those things. I like I like being up in space. I'm just telling Johnny right now that I'm live to see if he wants to come on and talk as well. He's shy though. Anyway, so my idea was to talk about the way I've been writing songs and how I've been using the new plugins and things like that to try and make the sound better. I think that's kind of what I'm going to do. See, the thing about the music videos for me is that over time they actually get a much longer and much higher amount of views, but um, when when they first come out, they hardly get hardly any views. Sean Healy, yeah, absolutely. I've played the Bears a million times, many times, many times. And Walshy, in terms of what I'm using to record, I'm using Logic. Um, and I've got an ID14 interface, and I've got a Faderport 8 for doing the mixing part of things. Yeah, the Barons is fantastic, man. I love that place. It's, I mean, like anything else, because everything is closed. It's everyone is suffering. All the musicians are definitely suffering for it. I mean, Walshy can speak to that as well. I mean, he's been out playing. I mean, he's been out playing with us even back in the day. But for us, everything stopped on March 12th, basically. So all the places, the great places like Collins and all of those places, absolutely are suffering. And who knows whether or not they'll be able to actually get back into it. I did speak to the girl at Collins, and she is trying to get some money from the government to help with them getting the live stuff back on again. So Walshy, yes, plugin alliances is absolutely the job, and in fact, a lot of my serious plugins are from them, and I initially got them because they had this thing where you paid every month for I don't know 10 of them or something like that. But I got in right at the end of it, so I ended up they gave them to me, so like I actually own them now instead of having to rent them. But yes, absolutely, love the plug-in alliance stuff. Absolutely. My chair is squeaking. Yeah. So how long have we been on now? We've been on for, let's see. I can't tell. Yeah. As I said, this is only like the second time I've done this, so I don't know how long we've been on for or anything like that. Hey Joe. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I mean it's kind of made me think about what I really want to do now. I mean, I'm almost 60, so it's like I kind of do I want to continue, being a pub rocker, or I mean, I love playing live, so it's kind of one of those things where I don't want to stop, but it's so hard. Ian, where are you seeing that? 37 minutes. It's funny. I'm looking at a kind of this huge screen that says it has kind of analytics on it and stuff, but it doesn't seem to have the time on it. Anyway, I don't really know what's going on. 15 people watching. Holy smoke. That's a lot. Fantastic. Um, wow. 15 people watching. That's scary. That's actually like being on stage. All right. Oh yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. Anyway, so my point is, I think for a lot of us musicians, th- Joe, thank you so much. But as you know, you are probably my favorite YouTuber. Oh yeah, Walshy the musician. Yes, absolutely. That crazy Chester gig in the Trident. I'm still embarrassed about that gig. I'm sorry about that, by the way. um, yeah. Well, sometimes the gigs go like that. Anyway, my point is that I think what I'm going to do, and my idea for the moment, because there's not really anything I can do other than this, is to continue on with the YouTube stuff and continue on writing as much stuff as possible. So when this album comes out in December, it'll be, yeah, I know, Washi, I know. When this album comes out in December, this will be the third album I've released this year. So I know the guy from Spotify was saying condescendingly that musicians should be putting out a song every week or whatever, some craziness like that. And obviously he doesn't have to worry about where his craft dinner's coming from. You know what I mean? Thank you, Walshy. Um, so yeah, I mean, I think the only way forward, at least for most of us musicians, is to do something like YouTube and to do some live streaming stuff of music, which is a little bit hard too because they can't even get together. Like I mean, even the musicians here in Kinsale, I mean, I can't even see them. Not well. I'm not supposed to see them. I see them. I see them in super value, you know. But that's about it. Um, so I think the idea is to continue with the YouTube stuff, and hopefully that'll take off at some point. And you know, also hopefully people will get a chance to listen to some of the music that we have been doing recently, which is yeah. What I mean, I love this stuff, but of course I wrote it, so I guess that's yeah. Anyway, the other thing is that because of the stuff that's happened, I had a contact in Hollywood that was going to help with um, Yeah, well, that's exactly Ian. That's exactly what was going to happen. It was yeah, I had this thing going on where I was going to try and write some music for films, and also for like TV and that sort of stuff, right? So that, I mean, that was the idea, and that also that's the reason why half the music that I'm doing is sort of in that vein of kind of movie music. You know, it's that sort of thing. Fiverr's a good idea if you have a niche and if you're willing to go through initial slog. Yeah, it can be a pain in the butt. Although I did get on the last song, I met Hamilton Belk, who's a five string banjo player, and I met him through Fiverr, and he did a spectacular job on the song, and and we're basically friends now, you know, which is kind of funny how the internet works, you know. Neeson Smash, I don't even know what that means. I wonder if Johnny's. He said he was going to come on, but I bet he's hiding somewhere. So basically, what I've been doing is I've been writing the songs to a click track here, or drum track that I just a canned drum track, and I've been sending them to Johnny with the click, and he plays his kit onto the songs in Toronto, and that's how we've been doing that. And Walshy, I got Brian Hennessy playing bass on the last three tunes. Ah, Niall McCabe. How are you, Niall? You got internet at this time of night up on the island? Jesus, fantastic. Drums made of cans for sure. Niall McCabe is one of the. As I'll let that through. There's Walshy telling Niall to feck off. Excellent. Yeah, Niall's one of the best musicians in Ireland. We've been playing together for years at this point. And another one who's stuck doing nothing for the moment. Crazy, isn't it? we're full. uh, yeah. Anyway, so that's pretty much what's been happening here. I mean, besides the weather getting crap again and all the rest of it, things are pretty much the same as they have been. You're baking, yes, absolutely. In fact, uh, what is the handle? He's not balking, John. What is the handle on Instagram? People should follow Niall on Instagram. The pictures of his food are fantastic. And there, John Allen. Of course, the weather's great. He loves it freezing. He doesn't like the heat like the rest of us do. Yeah, actually, well, speaking of the heat, Niall's baking looks fantastic as well. I mean, he's been sending me pictures of his food, which are spectacular looking. Let's see if I can. I wonder if I can show them to you. Well, there's his dinner. I don't know if you can see that or not. What? 20 degrees in Toronto? My goodness. At the lateral Andover. Whoa. No, I don't like that autocorrect. That's a heck of a. Oh man. that that is good for autocorrect. But how can it be 20 degrees in Toronto? Man, that's incredible. What? I thought it was snowing in Montreal. My sister sent me pictures yesterday of snow in Montreal. that's amazing. Yeah, well, it's actually kind of hot in here now because of the lights. 10 degrees in Vancouver. Hey, 40 billion served. Nice to see you. Joe, I know you're in Toronto. Yeah, yeah. Johnny's in Toronto as well. My mom's in Montreal. My sister's in Montreal as well. My brother's in Dublin. 7 degrees in Dublin. Yeah, yeah. My mom and my sister are still living, and my dad too. Actually, they all live in Montreal. Still live in Montreal. And Johnny, the drummer for Boots House, is in Toronto, so that's why I'm always. He's always telling me what the weather's like there and sending me pictures of his dogs running around as well. And Niall's trying to send me something here, but I can't see it. It's not 10 degrees here, is it? It's freezing. What are you talking about? Joe, you've got a cottage 45 minutes from Montreal. Sorry, I'm going to close the door because the, the bugs are coming in to the light. $360 on Clare Island, everywhere you turn. Yeah, yeah, well, that's true. Yeah, Joe, where is the cottage? That's my mom asking, by the way. She should probably come and visit you, you know? I'm assuming it's up the Thousand Islands kind of way, that sort of thing. Yeah, yeah. It's hot in here now. Bainesville. Hmm. Hey Harry, how you doing? Emma's in the other room, but I think she's in her pajamas though, so I don't think she wants to come and say hello. I'll ask her. I'll ask her if she wants to come. Yeah, Joe, you can go up and visit my mom and my sister. An hour from Ottawa. Yeah, okay. Yeah, actually, it was that's a question. Has there been any COVID on Clare Island, Nile? I mean, I know there's been quite a few cases in Kinsale. Um, I don't know the exact number, but there were 72 in Cork today, and that's just Cork. Nothing on. Emma says to. She just says to say hello for her, but she should come on here. It's funny to have to text her from from one room to the next. Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, the thing is, the last time I was in Montreal, uh, I wasn't doing YouTube yet, But I will the next time. The next time I go. But I mean, we're not even allowed to travel to the beach, so getting to Montreal is a bit difficult. I think I think Montreal might be on the open list, but most of the countries in Europe now are absolutely shut down. You know, so there's no traveling at all. Nipper, thank you so very much. Much appreciated. Yeah, I've been having fun doing these vlogs. I love this whole thing. I mean, this has been a great thing for me, and in fact, if it wasn't for this, you can imagine how bored and how crazy you'd be going. You know, being stuck and locked in and all that. Um, Tomas, I am 12 kilometers from Garrettstown Beach, but there is a beach about, I guess, maybe 5 kilometers from here, from my house. But it's a kind of a tiny little beach, and it's not the beach that we normally go to. So John is saying that there's been 46 cases. There were 46 cases in the Bannock Kinsale area in November. Oh yeah, great. Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Nipper. Yeah, look, I'm having a ball doing this. You know, I mean, it really is something, and it's kind of it's really changed things for us for sure. You know, and for myself personally, um, it's made. I mean, doing YouTube is not the easiest thing, but it is fun, and it's really changed the way. I mean, the way I sort of I get my TV, and because basically I don't watch TV at all. I mean, I haven't watched TV in years, but this is the YouTube thing has really changed my way of taking in stuff. I mean, I watched all kinds of crazy stuff. It's funny, you know. What's that? If 25K can fly here on planes, go to your beach. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you mean, Tomas. It's 5K, not 5K is as far as you can go, not 25. You were on the beach in Dublin. It was packed today. Yeah, yeah. See, it wasn't sunny down here really today, so the weather was kind of crap. Um, Absolutely, Nipper. You're 100% right there. I did a COVID collab. Oh, 25K flew in. Yes, I understand. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, well, the way I'm thinking is because I mean, I spent all my young years as a musician in huge studios all over the world. So I'm well aware of how they used to work and how they are working now, which is not very well. Um, so, but because everything is, I mean, I've got just a laptop here, and I can do everything that I was able to do at the Hit Factory, for instance, or wherever I was, back then. I mean, there was no way of doing what you could do today back in those days. But now it just takes a Mac or a laptop, and off you go. So absolutely, musicians have to embrace new ways to share their work, and also to make as much work as possible. Because in fact, you're able to do it now, which is great. Joe, yeah. I hope that happens. Excuse me. Yeah, I hope it. I really do hope it happens. And I gotta say that last film of yours was fantastic, man. Hamburger Man, man, wow. When I first saw it, I was like, wow, this is great, great stuff. And then I know it's won a couple of awards now, and I think you said you were sending it out again to another award show. Great stuff, Joe. Really, I mean, really great stuff. And I love that drum beat that you that you use in your videos too. It's just it really, really gets the blood boiling. You know, like love it, love it. Yeah, my brother was able to get away. When was that? Like last week or before the curfew? So 2 weeks ago, I guess it was. Only for 3 days or so, but that was I'd say if I had 3 days to go sit on the beach somewhere like in Lanzarote or somewhere, my head would be much more clear than it is now. Certainly. Yeah, 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 yeah. Um, but basically, I mean, we're looking. We have friends in Spain that I really want to visit. We can't visit at all. Um, of course, I want to get back to Hollywood to try and get this situation sorted, and maybe try and make some money doing some film or TV music there, and also visit my friend Neil. And where else? At Paris, of course, because I mean, I just love Paris, and I I'd go back there any day. But that's not happening for a while, and I'm at this point. The last thing I heard, we initially thought that April was going to be when we were able to travel again, but now it's looking like June before anything gets back to normal. But Ian's in Scotland. Scotland. Oh, actually, speaking of that, Ian, that friend of mine told me where she lived the other day. So let me see if I can find her where she said she was. No, not. She's in Scotland somewhere, but let's see what she says here. Um, Sorry about this now, but she's saying that she is. She's in Fairlie in North Ayrshire. Fairlie in North Ayrshire. So close to the beach too, she says. So that's it. there's my sister now. There's my mother, my brother, and my sister all on there. That's funny. Yeah, yeah. The listen, I had a Tascam Porta studio too all those years ago, and actually I thought it was really cool because I actually used one of the tracks for Simpty, and I was able to run the keyboards off it. Amazing, isn't it how things have come along? Yeah, it is actually almost past my bedtime. Actually, yeah, it's quarter to 11. I've been going to bed at 11 for ages now, and up at 7. Woohoo! Yeah, I do need a cocoa, John, and I am wearing my slippers. Can you see them? Yeah, well, yeah. The thing is that in the old days, I mean, sure, 4 o'clock would be about my normal bedtime, but these days, up at 7, bed by 10. Boom. Hey, Joe, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good to see you, and thank you so much for sticking in. Anyway, I suppose that's long enough for everybody. Anyway, I guess we've been on kind of the bones of an hour or so. Thanks, Walshy, for that. Hit the like button. Fantastic. Um, well, guys, I guess that's it for now. I'm gonna try and get some more videos out in the next little while. So I have a couple of more shorts that I'm going to stick out straight away, and I'll try and have another regular video out in the next couple of days or so. So that was fun. Great to see everybody, and great to see all the new people as well. And great to see Miriam. Great to see you, Nipper, Tomas, Walshy. Walshy, no, I don't do this every week. This is only the second time I've done a live stream, but I do like kind of doing them. But what I wanted to do was to try and do a live mix, but I haven't been able to figure out how to get the Logic to run so that I can hear it and you can hear it as well. I will figure it out, and that's probably what I'll do the next time is to try and get an actual live mix happening at the same time as this, just for something fun to do. Anyway, thank you so much, guys. Hopefully, yeah, I will do some more of them. I will do some more, definitely. Thanks a million, and let me see if I can what I can do here, if I can cut this off or not.